Hi, my name's Jonathan Hicks. I'm back at the Dice Cup, and this evening I'm joined by
Andy.
Alex.
Tris.
and we've just finished playing Shadespire. You can see we've actually got two sets set up here. This is like a two-player game, really. You can play it 3 or 4 player, but really it's 2-player. So you each take an army. You see I've got the dwarves here, and Tris says, which faction is this?
These are the Fast Riders.
And he's painted them very nicely here, you can see. But there's some initial placement, so you place your guys on the map, and then essentially you take it in turns to take actions, which typically consist of moving or attacking. So I might decide on my turn that I'm going to move this guy, and you sort of find the appropriate card, and each card says how far they can move. So the dwarves are very slow, these guys, you can only move 2. So I might move him up here. But after you've moved him, you have to put an appropriate token on. You see this one here, which means he can't move again for the rest of the round. Each round we get sort of 4 actions. So he's a bit of a sitting duck here at this point. This guy then might decide he's going to charge in, so he can move and attack at the same time. But if you do that, you put one of these charge tokens here, and I'll explain attacking in a minute, but he won't be able to do anything else at all for the rest of the round. So not only can he not move, but he can't attack or do anything at all. So charging is great because you get to attack and move, but it also leaves you very vulnerable if you're not careful. So when you attack, you roll dice. So if Tris here was attacking, he would roll some attack dice. Do you want to roll a couple of attack dice? It says on your card how much dice you're going to roll. So depending on what attack you're doing, you roll that much dice. And you're looking for certain symbols. So on his particular card, you're looking for hammer. So, and he managed to get 1 hammer, so the sword doesn't count. And then I would roll some defense dice. Again, it shows you on here what defense dice is. So I'd be rolling 1 defense dice, and I'm looking for shields. So I roll it, and this is the support icon. If you have other pieces that are next to your opponents, you get to count these other support icons. In this case, I don't. So I would really be looking for the hammer, the shield, wherever it's gone. If I got it, I would sort of block the attack. But if I don't, like I missed in that case because I don't have a support, he has more attack symbols than me, so he does whatever damage it says on his card.
In this case, it's 2 damage.
There you go. So that would just do 2 damage to me. And you take the wounds and you put it on the appropriate miniature, like the card that represents a miniature, whichever one it is. So you kind of fight backwards and forwards with this, taking turns. Positional play is pretty important, but the ultimate objective of the game is to score glory points. And there's a couple of different ways you can do that. There's card play is quite an important part of this. So you can have a hand of cards. So you might have cards that you see at the bottom here, you're getting glory for certain things. So there are some objectives around the map here, so you might get glory for getting your guys on and holding one of these objectives at the end of the round. So there's several of these that get placed by the players at the start of the game. Or you might get glory for killing a particular person or doing a certain number of charge actions with your people. There's different cards that give you glory for all kinds of different things. So you're trying to score glory in that way. You also have, after each attack or move or charge, you can play ploy cards, as they're called, that might help you in various ways. So you might have a card that could move you an extra space or give you an extra attack. And once you've got some glory, if you manage to win some glory, you can then sort of spend this glory to upgrade your characters. So you flip it over, and then you use this to play one of your upgrade cards, and you typically add it. You can see this has to be added to a particular person, and it increases their stats. So it might give them extra health. This is the health you can see here. It might give them an extra kind of attack or increase the defense, or it's going to help them in various ways. So you're kind of upgrading your guys, they're getting better, but ultimately you just run around fighting each other. So you've got to be careful with the movement because it's easy to get sort of left out in the open. Having your guys next to each other for support does mean you have a lot of big advantage, so it's quite strategic in that way. At the end of the game, whoever has the most glory is the winner. It doesn't matter if you spent it for an upgrade though, that still counts as glory. So after 3 kind of rounds of 4 actions each, you count up glory and see who wins. What do we think?
I quite like it. It's if you rely on the old dice, it becomes very, very luck-based. But the skill in the game is be able to score glory without really resorting to a lot of combat, and also there's a modicum of the deck building aspect. I do think that you probably need to invest in a good about half, maybe slightly over, of the expansions, so to boost your card pool, because all the expansions come with unique cards. It's not like X-Wing where you have to buy 20 of the same ship because there's one upgrade card in there that you want, and you want multiple copies of. You don't need to do that. It's each upgrade, each expansion is completely unique. All the cards in there are unique, and you can't have more than one copy of a unique card in a deck anyway. So that's great in that respect. And the game plays really well. It's really nicely tactical. As I say, it's sort of a lot down to how you build your decks and how you then use them.
Okay.
And there. I'm really enjoying it. The models are absolutely beautiful. They are push to fit, but they've got a lot of movement on them. The game itself, very fast to play, tactical. You can get 8 or 9 games in an evening easily, and play lots of different players, which is a really good thing. It's very easy to pick up as well, and the investment's actually very reasonable. The main box set is, I think, about £30 on the web, which, for 2 crews plus all the cards and all the dice you need to play them, it's awesome.
Okay.
Well, I love this game. I think it's because it's a great little microcosm of the Warhammer universe, I think, and it has elements of the kind of old school games that a lot of people really like Mordheim, and a little bit of Blood Bowl thrown in, with an extra trickery with some cards, rather a little kind of extra tactical element to it. So I absolutely love this game. It's probably my most favourite game at the moment. I really enjoy it. I would give this a 10 out of 10. I think it's a fantastic game.
Wow. Okay.
I would probably give it a 7 or 8, maybe 7.5, somewhere around that.
Okay.
It's great. It's a really fun game.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably give this around probably about 7.5 to an 8.
Okay.
I think it's a really good tactical game.
Yeah, I'm a board gamer really more than a miniatures player, and so I wasn't sure whether or not I was going to enjoy this, but I love it. As all the guys said really, I'm surprised just how good it is. It is quick, it's much quicker than any other miniatures game I've played, but it feels tactically rich. There's a lot of tricky decisions to be made in there, because you only get, throughout the course of the whole game, there's only 12 actions in total that you get to take, that's it. So you have to think very carefully about each of the actions you're going to take, and yet it plays very quickly. The dice can be a little bit swingy, I find, but as Andy says, if you think carefully about not relying on the dice, because to start with you just sort of run in, oh yeah, I'll try this, I'll try that attack, and it doesn't go well, and then you're left out exposed and you do very badly. But if you move your guys carefully, use the support, use your objective cards, you can mitigate a lot of the luck factor from the dice. So I think it's really well done. I'd be on an 8.5 out of 10, I think. Alright, thanks for watching. That was Shadespire.